Here's how you make easy crockpot Cajun seafood pasta. Hey hearty people, it's Crystal. I'm at home about to make my boys one of their favorite dishes that I make. It's a very simple Cajun shrimp and scallop pasta that I make in the crock pot. Now, obviously I'm not gonna make this for me because if you know me, you know I'm allergic very badly to seafood. So no Crystal was harmed in the making of this recipe. So let's go over some of the ingredients. So the first ingredient you need is my boy's favorite, shrimp and scallops. That's our protein for this dish. Both were purchased at Publix, but I would suggest going to Sam's because it's a little bit cheaper, but had to get what I could get at the time. And then next, some of the seasonings you need are Cajun seasoning. You need garlic powder. You need lemon pepper. You need salt and pepper. And you need some dried basil. Okay? And next you need 4 tablespoons of butter, which is about half a stick of butter. And you need diced red and green bell peppers. And last but not least, heavy whipping cream and penne pasta or whatever pasta you want to use. So the first thing you do is you put your protein at the bottom of the crock pot. So I'm just going to use about half a package of each so that I can make this again. And you can make this with chicken also. You don't have to just make this with seafood because you know, I like it with chicken, and then you shred the chicken instead of just adding the pasta. And I'll get to that part after everything cooks. So you have your protein at the bottom, and then you add your seasonings. So you're gonna need 4 teaspoons. Don't put 4 tablespoons, that'd be hot. 4 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning. And you just spread it all out. If you like Cajun seasoning, if you're into spicy food like I am, then you can add an extra teaspoon if you like, or you know, something like that. But 4 tablespoons, I keep saying tablespoons, 4 teaspoons is fine. Then you add half a teaspoon of lemon pepper, but I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper because my boys enjoy lemon pepper seasoning. So I'm gonna add a full teaspoon, and you just, you know, spread it all over your protein. Next, you're gonna have half a teaspoon of pepper. My grandma never taught me how to measure out pepper. She's in heaven right now, and she's gonna whisper to me when it's time to stop seasoning with pepper. The God's whispered stop. I'm gonna do the same thing for salt. Salt and pepper to me are really just preferential. It really depends on how salty or not salty you like things, especially when you have so many other seasonings. And then you're gonna put half a teaspoon of dried basil. I feel fancy doing this whole grinder thing. Okay, so then after that, you add your 4 teaspoons of butter. You just plop that down on there, and you put in your 2 cups of dried basil, 2 cups of heavy cream. This is what gives your dish that creamy taste. Now, if you add a whole bunch of like protein, you might want to add more, but 2 cups is usually what I go with. And then you add your bell peppers. Very simple recipe. Now once you've put everything into your crock pot, you set it on high, and then you just cook it for 2.5 hours on high, and then after that we add our penne pasta. So I will see you guys in 2.5 hours. We're gonna let this bad boy cook. So here's our glorious creation that is in the making. As you can see, we have our butter, we have our cream, we have our shrimp and our scallops, we have all of our seasonings. It's gonna cook down really nicely before we add our penne pasta. But right now we're gonna give it some time so that it can cook. All right, so it has been about 2.5 hours, and even though my nose is stiffling, whew, you see that you have a nice rich creamy broth, and the shrimp is nice and cooked through. The scallops are cooked through. You can't smell it, but it smells pretty good. Even though I'm allergic to it, it smells good, and I'm probably gonna pay for this later. So now what you are going to do is you're gonna take your penne pasta. I'm using penne, but some people can like to use, Alfredo noodles, or angel hair, whatever you have on hand or whatever you prefer. You can go ahead and put in, stir it in so that the noodles can soak in all of that creamy flavor. And now you're going to cook this until the noodles are done. Usually it takes about an hour or so to get it done, but you can do a taste test. I'm obviously not going to do a taste test, but that's what I have to do to love seafood for. So we're going to let an hour pass, give or take, and then these noodles should be done, and it should be finished, and it should be ready to be consumed. So stay tuned. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes because I used fast cooking noodles. I highly suggest using them because it cut down on time, and my son let me know that he's hungry. So here is our final results. So I also made some garlic twist, because what's pasta without garlic bread of some sort? And you just spoon it up, and there you have it. As simple as that. As you can see, scallops and shrimp galore. It's from my heart to your plate. I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments how you feel about my recipe and whether it worked for you. All right, guys, see you later.